Today we're looking at Psalm 59 verses 9 and 10. David says, "You are my strength. I wait for you to rescue me." I'm reading from the New Living Translation. "For you, O God, are my place of safety," or "You, O God, are my hiding place. In his unfailing love, my God will come and help me. He will let me look down in triumph on all my enemies." When I was reading this psalm, I thought, how many psalms did David write whilst fleeing from his enemies? Seems like heaps. He's pursued on every side, and yet in all of them, David's focus eventually comes back to the Lord. This is another one like yesterday. He makes a declaration. Sometimes we just have to stop in the middle of a crisis or a need, and we just have to make a declaration of who God is and what he can do. We have to remind ourselves who he is. David says, "You are my strength." Life comes and saps us from strength. Sometimes we feel like we cannot go on. And maybe that's how David felt. I don't know how he kept running all the time. 7 verses in this psalm are about his enemies. Then he says, "You, O Lord, laugh at them, for you are my strength. I will wait for you to rescue me. You are my security. You will rescue me." You know, like if you get lost, injured yourself while on a hike in the mountains, you cannot get out by yourself. You just have to wait for help. David says, "You are my place of safety. You are my hiding place. I'm waiting to you for help. You are my defense, my stronghold, my fortress." I know this, David says, from experience. He's not just quoting something. David is speaking to us from his experience, and he goes, "And in his unfailing love, my God will come and help me." If you need to make that declaration today, no matter what you're facing or whether it's things you have to pay or whatever, just lay them out before the Lord and just declare, "As I follow him in his unfailing love, my God will come and help me." The mighty one, he is strong, and he is more than able to help me. He goes on later in that chapter in verse 16, he says, "But as for me, I will sing about your power. I will shout about your joy with joy each morning because of your unfailing love. But as for me," what about you today? "As for me, Warren, I will sing about your power. I will shout with joy each morning because of your unfailing love. For you are my God. You are my refuge. You are my strength," David says. "I wait for you to rescue me." Sometimes we try and get out of things ourselves, and God's waiting to help, and God will help, but we try and figure it out ourselves. David says, "For you, are God, are my place of safety. In your unfailing love, my God will come and help me." God is for you today. God is with you. God comes to you when we cry to him, when we call to him. He comes to rescue us. Sometimes to snatch us out, as I've said before. Other times to be with us as we walk through that dark valley. I pray today that you would know his strength, his mighty strength, in your spirit, in your soul, in your body, in your emotions, in your thinking, every part of you. We just know the strength that only comes from Jesus Christ today. Bless you.